Hiya fishy folks, and welcome back to Michael's Fish Room. Today, a Facebook rant and some learning. Grab yourself a healthy snack and beverage. Stand by. Welcome back to the channel, fishy folks. For those of you that have been watching me for any time at all, you know I don't really care about people's feelings. I say it like it is, and I don't typically hold back, and I'm not afraid to offend someone if the time is right, or even if the time is wrong. But that said, I have been known to play some jokes on Facebook, posting things, and I mean, there are quite a few people who know me on Facebook, know that Michael's Fish Room is Michael Skurnick, which is me. I don't hide it. I don't have an alias. And I posted this picture of my angelfish tank in a guppy group on my Instagram and on my in my Facebook group. And I simply put, "Oh no, what should I do?" Because I wanted to see what people I'm fine. I wanted to see what people said, because I find lots of people on Facebook don't know what to do, and they just answer whatever they've read. Now, some people were right. Some people, when I pressed them and asked why they said what they did, they didn't answer. Now, this post that is in All About Guppies USA only, almost has 20,000 members in this group. And I just found it interesting that 107 comments, almost half of them were for me probably, responding. But there were many people that were wrong. And so I just want to go over some of the things that were said. I'm looking at my phone to get the comments down. So the first person, and I'm going to try not to call out names. You can go look at your Facebook and check out this and comment if you like, but the first person commented and was partially right. "Just let it settle down itself. You already caused a tornado storm, laugh out loud. But yeah, I usually just let it clear up on its own. You should be fine." So he's right. I should let it clear up on its own, but the tornado storm is not what's causing the cloudiness. Now, this person who I kind of know said, "Make sure you're not overfeeding. Keep your lights on 6 to 8 hours a day, no more than that. And if you can, add some Excel Flourish. The liquid CO2 is great for helping clear green water by promoting plant growth to absorb nutrients the green water is feeding on." And someone else commented, "It's an algae bloom, not a bacteria bloom." Bingo! And she responds, "Yep, green algae feeds off excess nutrients in the water, as do many types of bacteria. Water looks slightly greenish to me, though not whitish." So from the picture, it looked green, but it was white. Now, I can appreciate that, because sometimes I miss things. For me, a better response would have been, is it green or white? Now, maybe it looks really green to her. I don't know. But there's really nothing wrong with her comment, other than she was wrong with what the symptom was. Now, this was a good one. "Put some clarifier in the water." And of course, me being me, "But what kind? How much? How often?" "Go to any pet store. They got AccuClear." And then I responded, "Have you used it? What does it do?" No response. I don't understand. If you're going to offer help to someone but not be able to support your claim, why offer the help? And again, this goes back to me. I got to watch the blood pressure, but this goes back to me. Don't comment unless you've done it yourself and know for sure it works. Then Keith commented on that those products are a gimmick and can kill your fish. And she said, if you know by the bottle what it says, if you go by the bottle by what it says, it shouldn't kill your fish, because I use them all the time and my fish have never died. And she's like, no need to use them. You are doing something wrong if you need to use them. Yeah. No need to use any products with a bacteria bloom. Nothing. I'm going to show you this tank in a minute and show you, what I did and how I determined what it was, but Many people, and this one I'm going to give Steven credit, said just leave it alone. And that's exactly how I would have answered. Now, a smart me would say just leave it alone. It's a bacteria bloom. You got to let nature take its course. So the comments are pretty much all the same. This one says it's an algae bloom, leave it alone. I'm like, what's the difference between an algae bloom and a bacteria bloom? She's like, oh, I meant bacteria bloom, I'm sorry. Okay. Let's see. Oh, I gotta call this guy out. Same. So I said, what's the difference between a bacteria bloom and an algae bloom? Someone else posts, oh, sorry, I meant bacteria bloom. If it's bacterial, which you will see by testing, add good bacteria like Safe Start, Night Out, or Stability daily till it clears up. Keep testing for ammonia. And so I said, how can I see bacteria when testing? And she says, you will see nitrite is higher and ammonia will be present. Cycle tanks will show no ammonia or nitrite. And so I responded, so you're saying that in a situation like this, I will have ammonia and nitrite readings? Again, no response. Now, I tested my water, and they're fine. They're fine. Really. 0, 0, and like 40. So, yeah. Yeah. Bacteria bloom will clear up in a couple days. A couple people at this point realized who I am and what I was doing. That's good. Turned the light off for a few days, and I said, why? No response. 48-hour blackout, this person says. I said, why? What will that do? Clear your water. Did mine. I had to put mine in an area unreachable by sunlight. I blanketed it for 48 hours, started regular water changes, kept up testing, and it hasn't happened again. Okay, she had an algae bloom. I have a bacteria bloom. Very similar. Bacteria bloom, white, gray, milky. Algae bloom, greenish, dark green, green water. Maybe on camera it looks different. You know, we all see the color spectrum's different. What she said, again, great advice for that situation, but that wasn't my situation. So this person says, I've added an additional sponge filters to my tanks when they get cloudy. The bacteria doesn't have any place to go, so it floats in the water column. So I just responded with, really? It cleared up my tank in a day. Is that not true that it's bacteria bloom? Give it something to attach itself to and the water clears up. I eventually take this extra sponge filter out. Now, I've never, ever heard that before. And at first it kind of made sense. I went, wait a minute. The bacteria will colonize on every surface of the tank. Why would there be so much of excess of bacteria that it needs a place to colonize? It wouldn't. Okay. So a very good friend of mine commented on it that she has the same problem. I talked to her privately. Oh, and then this dude says, you a professional, but I like what you're doing with this post. And I don't understand hip-hop talk. I don't know what it's called. You a veteran with the tank. And then Mark said, you is. And I laughed. Sorry for capitalizing you. And I said, you better be with just be the letter. Yeah. Mark's a longtime subscriber and has a very good sense of humor like me. Oh, this is great. API quick start and API clear. And then I say, what will those chemicals do? And he explains what they do, that the quick start eats the ammonia. Yeah. Now, one of the moderators who knows me and long-time guppy guy, very smart, says, I am amazed that Michael Skurnick doesn't know what to do. If anyone has not realized, this is not looking for help or correct answers, but the reasoning behind your answers. 1000% right, Bob. Bob wins the prize, whatever he wants, 2 of, no charge. From wherever, I don't know. The bottom line is, fishy folks, when you post something on social media, you have, in this case, 19,000 potential people who can give you an answer, and you don't know their skill level, their experience level, or anything. That said, take advice that you get on social media with a grain of salt and do your own research. Okay? Alright, enough about Facebook. Let's take a look at the tank. Stand by. Alright, fishy folks, here we are at my 55-gallon planted angelfish tank in my kitchen, and you can see it's quite cloudy. And yeah, you know, I did that experiment on my Facebook page and the All About Guppies Facebook page. It's got about 19,000 people, subscribers, I guess. And yeah, I mean, I posted a question that I knew the answer to because I wanted to see what people said. And so here's the tank, live and in person. I just tested the water with my Aquarium Co Op test strips. Everything tests within range. I hate when people say that. I feed the tank only Dr. Basileers, and as I said, I did a 25% water change and cleaned the filter, and 2 days later it looked like this. I've had no fish loss. Everybody is swimming fine. I have noticed a little bit more hair algae than I have ever before, indicating there is an imbalance. This is simply a bacteria bloom. Shutting off the lights will not help. Feeding less will not help. Turning the temperature down or up will not help. The best course of action is not water changes. It's simply to leave this alone and let nature take its course. Once it clears up, I will address the hair algae. I may take that out and dip it in hydrogen peroxide and put it back. I'm not sure. But yeah, that's what's going on with the tank. So, guys, I hope you enjoyed this educational video. Share it with all your friends. And don't forget the buy 5 mutt guppies, get 6 special at michaelsfishroom.com. That was Indy, one of my dogs. See ya! Alright, fishy folks, welcome back to the channel. For those of the... wow. Hi, fishy... Alright, fishy folks, here we are at my 55 again. Yeah. Alright, fishy folks, here we are. I'm gonna start a third time. Alright, fishy... wow. This is one big cluster. Alright, fishy folks, welcome back to the channel. For those of you that have been watching me over the last 5 years, you know... He wants to leave, hold on.